Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Yeah, thank you. So we will proceed to the next section. So we are going to talk about another category of cross-functional enterprise systems, that is transaction processing systems. Transaction processing systems are cross-functional information systems that process data resulting from the occurrences of business transactions. Now, transaction processing systems are also considered as cross-functional information system, which will process data resulting from different business transactions within an organization. Transactions are events that occur as part of doing business, such as sales, purchases, deposits, withdrawals, refunds, and payments, and so on. Now, basically, transaction processing systems process business transactions, and here it says these transactions are the events. Business transactions are the events that occur. So when we do different activities like sales, purchases, deposits, withdrawals, and so on. Therefore, any organization, in any organization, there will be certain transactions taking place, and the type of transactions may differ between organization depending on what they are engaged in. And anyhow, those business transactions are processed through transaction processing systems. An example is given here which will illustrate how a particular business transaction will be related to different functions. A credit sale of an e-commerce site on the web prompts additional transactions such as credit checks, customer billing, inventory changes, and increases in accounts receivable balances, which generate even more data. Now, when we look at this particular statement, this illustrates that this credit sales transactions made through an e-commerce site is or the consist of transactions related to different functions, so making it a cross-functional process. So what are the specific functions involved here? If you take this credit sales transaction, what functions of an organization is involved?
Accounting?
Yes, accounting. Yeah. What else?
Inventory handling? Stores?
Stores coming under what function usually?
Inventories?
Yeah, inventory. Yes. Maybe the name of the function can change from organization to organization.
Operations of supply chain?
Operations and supply chain.
Or supply chain, sir? It could differ from organization to organization, or warehousing function.
Sir, you are not audible.
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
Yeah, sorry, I think my connection was lost again. So we were referring to here now credit checks. If you take credit checks, it belongs to which function?
Customer relations management.
No, I mentioned credit checks is basically checking the credit availability for a customer. Now that is, I think, usually done by the accounting and finance function, and customer billing again, basically the accounting and finance function. Inventory changes, this can differ from organization to organization. Sometimes the accounting function may be involved there, but the production department can also be involved in keeping the inventories. So therefore, this usually can come from a different function. And also now the particular transaction is originated as a credit sales transaction where the sales department or the sales function is involved. And here the accounting function, this can be the production function. And next one again increases in account receivable related to accounts function. So that is why we can highlight it as a cross-functional process which involves different functions, 2 or more functions. So therefore, in an organization, when a particular transaction takes place, there is a possibility that further transactions or additional transactions happen which are related to different other functions. Transaction processing activities are needed to capture and process such data, or the operations of a business would grind to a halt. So there should be certain transaction processing activities available within the organization which is capable of capturing these different the transactions or capturing the data generated from these different transactions. Otherwise, it says the business will would come to a halt, or you are not in a position to continue with your business operations. Therefore, transaction processing systems play a vital role in supporting the operations of most companies today. So it is this transaction processing system which will capture the data generated from different transactions and process them. So therefore, the transaction processing systems will play a vital role in any organization today, and the basic operations of the organization will be dependent upon the particular transaction processing systems. Then we are going to identify a subcategory of transactions which can take place within an organization today. That is online transactions. Online transaction processing systems play a strategic role in web-enabled businesses. So if it is a web-enabled business, these online transactions will be a very, very critical, and so therefore the processing of online transactions will be very, very essential for an organization. Many firms are using the internet and other networks that tie them electronically to their customers or suppliers for online transaction processing. Now, the organization may use different technologies to connect with the customers or even with the suppliers or with any other trading partner in performing these online transactions, in processing these online transactions. So therefore, internet can be involved there definitely. And there can be other networks like intranets, extranets involved in processing these transactions. Now, online transaction processing is identified as OLTP, or that is abbreviated as OLTP. Such real-time systems which capture and process transactions immediately can help firms provide superior service to customers and trading partners. Now, when you process real-time data, you will have up-to-date data within your databases, which can help you to provide a better service to your customers as well as other trading partners. Sorry, because on the other hand, if you do not have up-to-date data, definitely you will face problems in providing a good service to your customers, because without up-to-date data, you may not be in a position to provide the required service, or to provide the service at an accepted level, or to the satisfaction of the customer. So you are giving some old data if up-to-date data is not available. So, but having up-to-date data, therefore, will be very much important for any organization for different tasks. Of course, maybe for decision making of the organization also, the up-to-date data will be very much important. And in providing service, so in interacting with trading partners also, this up-to-date data will be very important. This capability adds value to their products and services, and thus gives them an important way to differentiate themselves from their competitors. Now, this capability means this processing data real time, and then having up-to-date data in their databases. So that can give them competitive differentiation compared to the competitors if competitors do not have similar systems. Now, I think by now again you know that if competitors have similar systems, no company are in a position to gain a competitive advantage using that particular capability. Then we are moving to the third category of cross-functional information systems, that is enterprise collaboration systems. Enterprise collaboration systems are cross-functional information systems that enhance communication, coordination, and collaboration. So it basically performs three activities: communication, coordination, and collaboration among the members of work groups or team members. So then we are going to highlight what we mean by communication, coordination, and collaboration separately here. The goal of the enterprise collaboration systems is to enable us to work together more easily and effectively by helping us to perform these three tasks. So we are in a position to work with each other much easily and also effectively and also efficiently when we use these collaboration systems, enterprise collaboration systems, because it facilitates communication. So communication is sharing information with each other. Now, when you work as a team, communication of information is very vital. And if the relevant information cannot be communicated on time, and you may not be in a position to accomplish what you want as planned, so therefore the communication and sharing of information between the members will be key to the success of the particular objectives of the work groups. Then coordinating is organizing our individual work efforts and use of resources. So you may have to divide resources between them, and you may have to maybe develop certain plans and assign activities to individuals when you again work as a group. So coordination is basically arranging the particular individual activities and allocation of necessary resources to the relevant personnel and so on. So therefore, these enterprise collaboration systems will facilitate the coordination of activities done by individual members in a work group. Then collaboration is work together cooperatively on joint projects and assignments. So then this can be related to the earlier ones also. So altogether it facilitates working together, and they are in a position to work together as a team, and so they can share whatever they want using different communication tools that is embedded into this enterprise collaboration system. And also they will be in a position to plan different activities, schedule different activities again, with the help of some other tools available in enterprise collaboration systems. So therefore, altogether they are in a position to work together. For example, engineers, business analysts, and external consultants may form a virtual team for a project. Now, depending on the nature of the particular project, the who are involved in the particular project can change. Again, if some new product is developed, people like say engineers, some business specialists, and some external consultants may be involved in the particular project in developing a new product. So in such an instance, we are in a position to use these enterprise collaboration systems to support the work done by this particular team. Then we are going to look at different tools that are basically used in this enterprise collaboration systems. So again, depending on the type of work that they perform, the tools that they use can change. But in general, enterprise collaboration systems may consist of these type of tools, enabling them to communicate with each other easily and effectively, and also coordinate their activities, plan their activities, and also to determine the success of their activities, and also to ensure overall collaboration of work between the members in the particular team. So we can identify three types of tools which are used in enterprise collaboration systems: electronic communications tools, electronic conferencing tools, collaborative work management tools. So again, some examples for each category is given here. For communications, we can use tools like email, instant messaging, voicemail, faxing, web publishing, or posting in a particular place, the messages posting. And paging is a particular tool which was available or which was used extensively some time back, but today I think the usage is very, very limited because of the other availability of other low cost options. Then conferencing tools, data conferencing, meaning sharing of data between them, and also voice conferencing can be done, video conferencing, discussion forums, and again some other chat systems, and also different other electronic meeting systems can be utilized. To facilitate this collaborative work between them, again certain tools like calendaring and scheduling to again plan new activities, to schedule new activities, and task and project management tools or project management tools again can be used to plan your activities in the project, and also to determine whether you are working as per the plan or according to the plan. So if not, that can be identified, and corrective action can be taken. And also different other workflow systems indicating certain systems which are connected to each other, helping employees to perform a set of sequential activities easily. And also some other document sharing. There are some specific tools like I mentioned, I think enterprise social networking tools or something like that. They can use for document sharing, utilizing such tools. And also knowledge management can be used to, again, knowledge management tools can be used to share knowledge between them. So therefore, these different tools can be embedded into the enterprise collaboration systems. So the team members working on a particular project can utilize these particular tools in accomplishing their tasks. Yeah, I think I forgot to ask whether you have any questions here. Do you have any questions regarding transaction processing systems before moving to the next one?
So in food cities, that the system with they are using like a POS system, point of sale system, so it can be considered as a transaction processing system.
Yes, of course, yes. Because the sales part is involved there, and also billing part is also involved there. Definitely, it has to be connected with the inventory systems also. So definitely, it's a cross-functional transaction processing system. Yes. Yeah. If is there any question regarding this one? Yeah. Before moving to section 2. It seems no questions. We'll move forward to the next section. Section 2, functional business systems. As a business professional, it is also important that you have a specific understanding of how information systems affect a particular business function, like marketing, or a particular industry like banking, that is directly related to your career objectives. Now, so when you work within an organization, you need to understand how information systems affect different functions of your organization, and also maybe how information systems affect the industry in which you work. Now, we are going to look at a particular figure which illustrates how information systems can be grouped into business function categories of accounting, finance, marketing, operations management, and human resource management. Now, when we identify these particular, say, functions within an organization, each function will use different information systems or different types of information systems as illustrated in this particular diagram, in this figure. So again, I don't want to read out all the subcategories or systems identified under each function. If it is marketing, maybe there can be systems related to customer relationship management, interactive marketing, sales force automation. If it is human resource management, there can be systems related to compensation analysis, employee skills inventory, and personnel requirements. For finance, cash management, credit management, investment management, capital budgeting, financial forecasting, and so on. So likewise, depending on the type of functions you have, so there can be specific information systems used within the organization to support the processes of that particular function. So we are going to look at these functions separately, I think one by one when we move forward. So we'll start with the marketing one, And so you may have marketing systems used within the organization, especially designed for the marketing function. The business function for marketing is concerned with the planning, promotion, and sale of existing products in existing markets, and the development of new products and new markets to better attract and serve present and potential customers. Again, when it comes to marketing, what is done under marketing is explained here, and they may be focusing on areas like planning, promotion, and sale of existing products in existing markets. They can do it, so they can plan to uh, promote their products in existing markets, plan to sell their products in existing markets, and also they can think about developing new products for the organization, and also they can think about developing new markets, so adding new markets to the existing market base to attract more customers to the organization. Business firms have increasingly turned to information technology to help them perform vital marketing functions in the face of rapid changes in today's environment. So you know that this business environment is dynamic and it is changing very rapidly. And also, if we cannot respond to the particular market changes quickly, again we may face a number of problems, and it can even pose problems in relation to the survival of our organization. So therefore, responding to the changing environment is very important, is very critical. So therefore, the marketing division may be depending upon information technology to perform these marketing activities more effectively. Below figure 7.12 illustrates the major marketing components that are supported by various information technologies. Now, the marketing division may be depending upon information technology to accomplish their tasks, and different marketing components that are supported by these technologies are elaborated in figure 7.12. What are the particular marketing components that are supported by marketing information systems or the information technology used by the marketing division? It can include components, so areas like interactive marketing, sales force automation, customer relationship management, sales management, market research and forecasting, advertising and promotion, and product management. So the information technology is used within the marketing function, or the marketing information systems used within the marketing function can support the components or areas like the ones identified here. So we'll again move to focus on these different components, not all, but some of the components are elaborated in the remaining slides. Then first we'll talk about interactive marketing. So what is interactive marketing? Interactive marketing is a customer-focused marketing process that is based on using the internet, intranets, and extranets to establish two-way transactions between a business and its customers or potential customers. Now, interactive marketing is basically establishing two-way transactions between a business and its customers or potential customers. So in establishing direct linkages with the customers, the organizations can utilize technologies like the internet, intranets, and extranets. So therefore, interactive marketing will be depending upon the use of these technologies in establishing direct contacts, direct relationships, and direct transactions with the customers. The goal of interactive marketing is to enable a company to use those networks profitably to attract and keep customers who will become partners with the business in creating, purchasing, and improving products and services. Yeah, the goal of interactive marketing is to use the particular networks that we mentioned here in a profitable manner, in a low cost manner. Then by using the particular networks for interactive marketing activities, the organizations are in a position to establish direct linkages with the customers, and then we can get the involvement of customers in creating products. I think we mentioned this one. We mentioned about how customers can be involved in creating new products. So that was, I think, elaborated during the last session or before that. So that can be done by the organizations, and also we can get the customers involved in purchasing our products, and also we can get the customers involved in improving our products. So these activities can be easier so when we are connected to our customers directly, and when we have individual interactions with our customers, this process becomes much easier. Now there is a question regarding whether marketing information is subsystem. Yeah, we can consider like that also. Here we have marketing information system. These are sub-components of this marketing information system. So the larger marketing information system can support these different other components identified here. Yes. Then, is there any thing not clear regarding interactive marketing?
So marketing system and marketing information systems, two different concepts, so very similar.
Probably that depends upon the usage. So maybe you may use those two terms interchangeably to identify the same. And marketing system can mean the marketing information system, which allow you to process different marketing related transactions.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, is there any question regarding interactive marketing?
Actually, marketing things which use social media or something related to this one.
Sorry, I didn't get it clearly.
Actually, some marketing company using social media and some network, they just do marketing things. No, is it related to this one?
Interactive now, if you use social media to establish direct linkages with individual customers, yes. Now, interactive marketing here we basically focuses on utilizing the internet and other networks to establish direct linkages with individual customers. So if you use any tools to establish these direct linkages, yeah, we can call it interactive marketing. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah, we'll move to the next one. Advertising and promotion. Targeted marketing has become an important tool in developing advertising and promotion strategies to strengthen a company's e-commerce initiatives as well as its traditional business venues. Now, organizations use this targeted marketing technique to maybe attract customers to the organization, and so targeted marketing basically focuses on a specific group of customers, who are relevant to the organization's products or services. So that can be used to strengthen the e-commerce initiatives as well as other traditional business venues or other traditional business transactions also. And targeted marketing includes 5 targeting components. So when it comes to targeted marketing, it can include 5 components as highlighted here. Online behavior, demographic, psychographic, context, content, and community. So we will look at what we mean by these different components and how organizations can target customers utilizing these components. And again, depending on the organization, they may decide on 1, 2 or more components identified here in their targeted marketing. So community. So we are going to look at these targeted marketing components, starting with community. Customize ads to appeal to specific virtual communities. Now, the examples given here are sporting enthusiasts and arts and crafts hobbyists. Now, so we can use the internet marketing and advertising over the internet to attract customers, and we can use the internet for target marketing. And then when you target, the one way of targeting is based on the community. Here it says for customize ads to appeal to specific virtual communities. That means if there is a particular community which is available on the internet, probably as a virtual community, and if that particular community is the relevant group of customers that we want to target, so we can target them through the particular community sites. And so the examples here, it says sporting enthusiasts. So there can be certain, say, virtual communities form connecting people who are interested in sports. So then if it is a company which sells sports goods, so they can effectively target that particular group of customers, because the users who are involved in the particular virtual community are the ones who are interested in sports. So therefore, we may be better off by placing advertisements or displaying advertisements in such a community site. So that is an example. Again, they are depending on if we are selling some paintings or something like that. So if there are certain virtual communities connecting people who are interested in those things, we can target them. And also, suppose if we want to hire employees, again we can use the same concept. And suppose we want to recruit software engineers or programmers, so then we can target virtual communities who have virtual communities which have connected those professionals or those programmers. So there can be certain virtual communities which connect these different programmers around the world. So therefore, if we want to hire or recruit programmers, we can place advertisements there, which will be more effective than placing an advertisement somewhere else. So that is one way of targeting which we can do. Another one is content. Ads placed on a variety of selected websites in addition to a company's website aimed at a specific audience. Ad for a product campaign published in Yahoo. Now, you place a particular advertisements in a very popular place on the internet. And Yahoo is such a popular place. It's a portal. I think I used the term portal also previously because it consists of many content and many resources. And when you go there, you have access to a variety of different content. That is why it is called a portal. And we can publish advertisements on the home page of Yahoo. Why? Because millions of users visit Yahoo home site daily. So then we can place our advertisement highlighting what we sell. So then there will be a lot of visibilities for our advertisement. So helping us to attract potential customers to our product. So that is another type of target marketing we can do. Another one is context. Advertising appears only in web pages that are relevant to the content of a product or service. Advertising appears only in web pages that are relevant to the content of a product or service. So we may have a particular product. We advertise the particular product in web pages which are relevant to us, which are only relevant to us. So in other places we are not going to place advertisement because placing advertisement is costly, and the organization should decide the most effective advertising channels that they can have, or the advertising modes that they can utilize. So this can be done to increase the effectiveness of the particular marketing campaign. Example says car rental services published in vacation travel related sites or hotel sites. Now the car rental companies can be better off by placing advertisements in travel related sites, because when people travel they may require this particular service. Car rental service can be required. So then when people book hotel rooms, again they may require this car rental service for traveling. So therefore car rental companies can be better off by publishing advertisements in such sites rather than publishing an advertisement in a place like say Yahoo. So because this is a very general portal. So these are very specific websites which we can identify, so which attract some specific customers. So then they may require this particular service. So therefore the car rental companies will definitely be better off. So again, depending on the type of product that you produce, you can decide which websites are more relevant to you, and then you select those websites and publish advertisements there. Then the next one is demographic psychographic web marketing aimed at specific types or classes of people, unmarried, middle income, and so on. You decide on the demographic factors or psychographic factors in your marketing campaign. But for this, definitely you need to have access to databases of people or of customers or potential customers, so that you can do an analysis to identify these demographics or certain psychographic characteristics. So then you can decide which category is relevant for your product. So depending on the product that you produce, it can be relevant to a particular age group. So then you first identify the particular age group by doing this say demographic data analysis, and thereafter you target those particular customers, not the other customers.
Now,
then online behavior is promotions tailored to each visit to a site by an individual. Now promotions can be made based on the visits of a particular customer. So when a customer visits a particular site, that can be captured or that can be identified by certain programs identified as cookies or cookie programs. So when you visit a particular website, they can identify, or that particular website can identify some of your details, something like, so from where you came, the country that you reside. So, but depending on the interaction that you make with the particular website, they are capable of identifying some other information, some other behavior related information also. So then suppose you search on Google a particular product. It can be as a mobile phone. So then based on what you search, thereafter certain other advertisements can be published by Google itself. So because Google has identified that you have searched mobile phones, indicating that you have an interest in mobile phones, and thereafter advertisement related to mobile phones can be published on the Google site itself. So when you search more and more there, so therefore those are some of the or the 5 components of targeted marketing which you can utilize in your targeted marketing campaigns. And so depending on what you sell, you can decide which is more relevant or which ones are more relevant. Okay, is there any question regarding these 5 components?
Actually, nowadays, Facebook or some tools finding the related users using artificial intelligence, no?
Yeah, some different technologies can be utilized. Now, one of the most used ones are the cookie program. That is a very common method of identifying the users and their behavior.
Can you explain content and context? Because it quite looks like the same when you go through the definition. The first on content, it says variety of selected websites, and again in context, it says relevant to the content of the product or service.
Yeah. Now here,
a bit unclear. So.
Now you are basically focusing on a general website. Now, ads placed on a variety of selected websites in addition to a company aimed at a specific. Yeah. Now you focus on a general website basically, and they are usually the most popular websites where more and more customers visit on a regular basis, on a daily basis. So then you can in the advertisements you can highlight which products that you are offering. So then you may go to Yahoo or even in Google that this can happen. So when you start searching in Google, on top of the listing you get some advertisements always, and they are usually some general advertisements that you can see. And if you have any interest, usually you may click on a particular advertisement. So here what they do is they select certain websites which are very much popular among the users, and where millions of users visit on a regular basis or on a daily basis. So then there is a greater chance that you can attract, say, there's a greater chance that maybe a large number of customers who are interested in your products will also see the particular advertisements through those websites. So resulting in attracting them to your organization or to your website. Now, the main difference here is now here we basically focus on some, even though this term is not highlighted here, you focus on some very popular websites. So which are usually some general websites, not focusing on a specific area. Now here we focus on websites which are specific to a particular area. Now we said that car rental companies can advertise in travel related sites. It can be the websites of, say, travel agencies. It can be the websites of airlines, or it can be the websites of hotels. So likewise, car rental, because car rental service will be essential or will be very important for travelers. So then the travel related sites are the ones which are more relevant for travelers. So then we can advertise there. So that is the difference. Now this is advertising in some general but very in some very popular websites. Here advertising on some specific websites which provide a specific service.
So in content, sir, we are trying to get the content reach to the customers, whereas in context we try to match our products to the context, as in to a matching context. We are trying to take our products to a matching context.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Is there any other question? Okay. We'll move forward, and I think I am behind the time. Anyhow, I want to finish this chapter today because there were a number of disruptions from my side. So there is a question again regarding what is the difference between content and demographic. Again, content and demographic. Is it the question? Yeah. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this is advertising in a general and usually a very popular place. It can be a website or a portal like Yahoo, Google, or something like that, and where we do not have information about specific customers. We want to target customers who are interested in our products, or we want to attract customers who are interested in our products by placing advertisement there. But to continue with this one, I highlighted that we need this information. So we should have access to this demographic or psychographic information about the particular customers. Then select the specific group. If the product or products that we produce is related to teenagers, so then we should have the details of the particular contact details of the teenagers. So then you can identify the particular segment, and you need to have the particular contact details also to target them utilizing these demographic factors. So therefore you need to have some information about some data about them to proceed with this particular target marketing campaign. Now this customer data can be obtained from different external sources. So organizations usually rely on those external sources to get the relevant data, and thereafter those data can be analyzed to identify the specific segments. So I think I answered that question. We'll move forward to Salesforce automation. Increasingly, computers and the internet are providing the basis for Salesforce automation. So Salesforce automation is supported by these computers and internet technologies. In many companies, the Salesforce is being outfitted with notebook computers, web browsers, and sales contact management software that can connect them to marketing websites on the internet, extranets, and their company intranets. Now, through Salesforce automation, we basically want to automate our Salesforce, who basically go to the, maybe most probably go to the field. And so they will be outfitted, or they will be given with different hardware and also different tools and it can be the notebook computers which we give them, and also inside the particular say computer there can be different other software which we have installed, enabling them to search different information that they require, and also enabling them to connect to the organization whenever they need. So therefore they can use the particular devices which have been given to them to search what they want, and also to connect with the organization whenever they want, utilizing different uh, technologies like internet, extranets, and also the intranets, and also accomplish their tasks or process the transactions. This not only increases the personal productivity of salespeople, but it dramatically speeds up the capture and analysis of sales data from the field by marketing managers at company headquarters. Now, personal productivity can be improved of salespeople, because when these the devices are given, so what they can perform within a specific period of time can be increased. So number of maybe say customers they can engage with can be increased with the help of these different tools and software. The number of transactions that they can perform can also be increased. So basically leading to increase in productivity, personal productivity of the salespeople. So then here it also says, but it dramatically speeds up the capture and analysis of sales data from the field by marketing managers at the company headquarters. That means when a particular transaction happens at the field, then the salespeople are in a position to input the particular transaction related data directly into the company systems through their notebook computer. So as soon as a particular transaction happens, the data related to the particular sales transaction is input by the salespeople, and which can be seen by the marketing managers at the head office. So they are in a position to analyze the particular data. In return, it allows marketing and salespeople to improve the delivery of information and the support they provide to their salespeople. And after analyzing the particular, now they get the capability of analyzing data and getting up to date information, and they can communicate those information with the salespeople who are in the field, so benefiting them. And so salespeople again maybe to proceed with certain transactions, so they may need some advisors or some guidance or some other additional information from the head office. So therefore that can be provided by the marketing managers who stay at the headquarters or head office. So therefore this can benefit the salespeople, and they are in a position to then accomplish their task in a more efficient and effective manner. And also they may be in a position to provide a better customer service through these connections. Therefore, many companies are viewing Salesforce automation as a way to gain strategic advantage in sales productivity and marketing responsiveness. So again, if there are certain companies having these type of technologies, connecting the sales staff to their head office, so they will definitely get some advantage over others who do not have similar systems. But when you do not have similar system, there will be lots of delays taking place in performing these transactions in the field, and also in updating the data. Maybe in order to update data, the salespeople will have to come to the office, come to the head office, and then only they are in a position to input the data related to the transactions that they made in the field. So therefore, there will be a time gap between the time transaction was entered into and the transactional data entered into the system. So therefore, there will not be up-to-date data available within the organization, and that can affect the decision making of marketing managers especially. So therefore, this will help the organization in different aspects in improving their processes and also in improving their performance. Is there anything not clear regarding Salesforce automation?
No, so it's clear.
Okay, thank you. We'll move forward to the next one, that is manufacturing information systems. Manufacturing information system support production operations function. Now there can be, now this term is more relevant to manufacturing setup, and but if it is a service organization, we will not use the term manufacturing information systems, and most probably we use operations information systems. So the manufacturing information system support the production operations function that includes all activities concerned with planning and control of the processes of producing goods or services. So therefore, this is more relevant to a manufacturing setup, or the explanation is more relevant to a manufacturing setup, and these systems can be used to plan the manufacturing process and also control the manufacturing process. That is what is highlighted primarily there. The production operations function is concerned with the management of operational processes and systems of all business firms. And the production or the operations function. Now, production function is basically related to, again, the manufacturing setup, and operations function can be related to a service organization. And again, these functions are basically concerned with the management of the operational processes and systems of all business organizations, business firms. Information systems used for operations management and transaction processing support all firms that must plan, monitor, and control inventories, purchases, and flow of goods and services. Yes. Now, the information system that are used in relation to this operations management or transaction processing support will basically help the organization in different activities like plan, monitor, and control inventories. So that can be supported by these information system planning, monitoring, and controlling inventory of organization. And also it can also support, say, purchase of supplies, and also it can support areas like flow of goods and services, or delivery of goods and services once they are produced. Therefore, firms such as manufacturers, transportation companies, wholesalers, retailers, financial institutions, and service companies must use production operations information systems to plan and control their operations. So these day-to-day operations and planning of them and also managing them is supported by these systems. And so therefore, those type of systems can be relevant for manufacturers as well as different other organizations like transportation companies, wholesalers, retailers, financial institutions, and so on. Now they are service related organizations. So therefore, these operations information systems can be relevant for these service sector organizations to plan and control their day-to-day operations. But in a manufacturing setup, the manufacturing information systems can support the planning and control of the production process. So therefore, so this is in relation to the manufacturing function in general, and we mentioned that, but in a service organization, we will not have a manufacturing function. We can have an operations function, which basically perform or which are basically related to the day-to-day operations of an organization. So therefore, we may have manufacturing information systems or operations information systems depending on the type of organization that we consider. Yeah, that is about the manufacturing information systems. Is there something not clear?
So here it says wholesalers, retailers, and financial institutions.
Yeah.
They are like service.
Yeah. Again, now they will have their own operations, no day-to-day operations, no mostly. So they will have to plan and control those operations. They are service organizations. So for a service organization also they have certain operations they perform. No? Wholesaler, they have a certain type of operation that they perform. Retailer, a different type of operation. Financial institution or a bank, a different operation. But their operation should also be planned and controlled, and they will be done with the category of systems identified as operations information systems. In a manufacturing setup, they may use a manufacturing information system or a production information system to plan their production related operations, production related processes. So, but for a service organization, so they have some service related operations which can be planned and controlled by the operations information system. That is what it says here.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, we'll move forward. Is there any other question? No.
So larger companies like having ERP, they are doing the using the ERP system. They are doing the production operation and handling all the things and planning. And
Yes.
if so, will they use different manufacturing information systems or
No,
any?
no, no. No. Now, here we are basically focusing on certain specific functions, and we take certain examples of maybe processes which are performed within those functions. Now, we have taken the sales function first, and now we have moved to the manufacturing function. But all those are connected and integrated in an ERP system. So therefore, here the focus is different, but when you consider an ERP, all will be there.
Yes. Okay, sir.
Here we basically take them separately and highlight some specific examples related to those functions. Yes.
Okay, sir.
Then human resource systems. The human resource management function involves the recruitment, placement, evaluation, compensation, and development of employees. Now, these are some of the basic functions performed by any HR department: recruitment, placement, evaluation, compensation, development of employees. Human resource systems are designed to support planning to meet personal needs of the business, development of employees to their full potential, control of all personnel policies and programs. Now, they may want to forecast their future personnel requirement. So that can be planned and that can be supported with, say, human resource system in 2 years' time or 3 years' time, 5 years' time. How many employees are required and what sort of skills are required. So likewise, that sort of analysis may be supported by human resource systems, and also developing employees to their full potential. Now again, the HRM systems can support the HR division to assess and analyze the present say qualifications of employees, present capabilities, present experience, and so on. And the organization may have some targets of taking them to a particular level. So then depending on the current level, they can decide what else. So what else is required, or maybe what other qualifications or what other training and education is required by the organization to improve those employees to their full potential or to the expected level. And also control of personnel policies and programs, and here personnel policies can indicate about the what is expected from the employees, or maybe what they should perform within the organization. And also personal policies can indicate the behavior that is expected from the employees. So then we can also assess whether they are performing according to the expectation, because we can set certain targets to those individual employees, and human resource systems can be used to assess whether they have achieved the set targets or not, and that sort of assessments can be done. And then controlling always meaning some corrective action or some necessary action can be taken thereafter. So therefore we can specify what is expected from them in relation to performance and also in relation to their behavior, and then we can monitor whether they are acting accordingly. Then originally businesses used computer-based information systems to produce paychecks and payroll reports, maintain personnel reports, analyze the use of personnel in business operations. Now these are some of the tasks that were performed by traditional human resource management systems. Producing paychecks and payroll reports, that was done previously, and that would have been the main focus of certain HR systems, producing paychecks and producing the pay related reports, and also maintaining the personal records. So that was the primary task performed by the conventional human resource management systems. And also the analyzing the personnel in different terms, maybe in relation to performance or something like that, that would have been facilitated by the earlier human resource management systems. But then what we do today with human resource management systems? Many firms have gone beyond these traditional personnel management functions and have developed human resource information systems that also support recruitment, selection and hiring, job placement, performance appraisals, employee benefits analysis, training and development, health, safety and security. So there are different other areas which are addressed by today's human resource management systems compared to the traditional conventional human resource management system. So therefore the organizations may be utilizing their human resource management systems to perform number of other tasks related to their employees, starting from the recruitment and going up to ensuring the security and safety of employees. That can be done with the help of human resource information systems. So we are not going to, I think, discuss these things individually, but we will focus on those areas as we move on with the discussion, and some of the areas I think will be highlighted more. Yeah, we are going to discuss the usage of human resource information systems in detail, and also under a couple of aspects. First one is HRM and the internet. So we are going to look at the integration of human resource management systems and the internet, and what organizations perform through this particular integration. The internet has become a major force for change in human resource management. So human resource management has been changed or forced to change with the internet and with the connections to the internet. For example, online human resource management systems may involve recruiting employees through recruitment sections of corporate websites. Now, traditionally, recruitment would have taken place in a particular manner where you first publish an advertisement in a newspaper mostly, and then call for applications, evaluate them, call for interviews, and so on. So, but that has been made, I think, easier, and you don't have to go for paper-based advertisements. That can be done as a complementary mode always. But the corporate website can be used to publish the vacancies and call for applications. And so, with the help of with the connections to the internet, the human resource management systems are capable of directly getting applications from the prospective applicants. Companies are also using commercial recruiting services and databases on the World Wide Web, posting messages in areas. Now, this is another one. You can get the services of commercial recruiting services and databases, because there are third parties who develop and maintain databases related to the applicants. So then they may have large databases containing information about large number of prospective applicants, and the organization can purchase them by paying some money. And so the particular commercial organization which sell the database may have the capability of analyzing the data and then providing the most relevant set of details to this particular organization. So therefore, in Sri Lanka also you have a variety of such databases like hot jobs, top jobs. Likewise, there are many databases available. Then posting messages in selected internet news groups. Now, news group is a term used to identify these virtual communities or discussion forums. And so, as I mentioned earlier, if there are certain virtual communities which are relevant for us, so if we hire a programmer, as I mentioned earlier, so we can identify virtual communities connecting programmers and then posting messages or advertisements there. So making our advertisements more effective. Communicating with job applicants via email. So we can publish the email address in our website and ask employees to send their, say, applications or CVs through email. So likewise, there are certain other options that are available for us, or that are available for the human resource management systems to get details of prospective applicants for recruitment. So that is that is one thing, and we'll move forward with HRM and corporate intranets. Earlier it was HRM and the internet. Now it is HRM and corporate intranet. Corporate intranet allow employees to process most common HRM transactions, provide around-the-clock HRM services to their employees, disseminate information faster than through previous company channels, collect information from employees online for input to their HRM files, enable managers and other employees to perform HRM tasks with little intervention by the HRM department. Now, when the HRM system is connected to the intranet, so then again it can be used to perform different other transactions, again giving benefits to the organization as well as to the individual employees. And here it says process most common HRM transactions. So it can be leave-related activities, so attendance-related activities. So then we may be in a position to get those details much easily through the connections made through the intranets. And also provide around-the-clock HRM services to their employees. Now again, earlier if a particular employee needed to get some service from the HR department, he would have wanted to request it through the head of the department. So today it may not be the case. There can be services which they may be in a position to get directly from the HRM department. They may interact with the HRM department directly and get certain services, and also around the clock. Now, when it comes to employees and they have access to the intranet, and even though they go home, they may be in a position to access the particular intranet and then connect with the particular HRM services and get them or make the particular request that can be done. There can be certain services which they can get on their own. There can be self-service facilities. Then disseminate information faster than through previous company channels. So again, so whether you know, intranet is a network connecting all employees within an organization. And then if the HR department needs to communicate certain information, they can easily and very efficiently communicate it to all the employees within a very short period of time. Then collect information from employees online for input to the HRM files. Now, HRM files of individual employees are maintained by the HRM department, and there can be certain information employees have to update from time to time. It can be done periodically, and there can be some requirements where the employees need to update their address or something like that, since they have changed their residence. So then in traditional mode, again, they may have to communicate the change of address through the head of department to the HRM department, and they will make the necessary changes there. But here, the employees may be given the option of changing some of their personal information, which are not critical to the organization, on their own. So likewise, changing address or something like that can be allowed to be done by the employees directly. Then enable managers and other employees to perform HRM tasks with little intervention by the HRM department. So again, you may require some services from the HRM department, and yeah. Now, here now traditionally you may have to take all HR related services from the HR department. You need to interact with it with the department. You need to communicate your requirement. But there can be instances where you can, as I mentioned earlier, there can be some self services available. For example, if you want to get a printout of your current salary, or salary of this month, or the salary of previous month. So today you may be given the opportunity of accessing the particular, say, data directly, or getting the particular report directly without any request being made to the HRM department through your say head of the department. So likewise, there can be other self services which are available to the employees, which they can utilize on their own without any interaction from the manager or from the HRM department. So therefore, connecting an HRM system to the intranet provides a variety of benefits to all employees within the organization and to the organization in general. Continuing with the particular one, we are going to look at some specific self-service options that may be available to employees through the intranet. View benefits. So what sort of benefits to which they are entitled to. So therefore, whenever they want, they can go and see what are the benefits which are available to me as an employee in this particular, say, organization. Then enter travel and expense reports. Again, if some traveling expenses have been incurred and you have to reimburse it from the organization, you need to provide those details to the HR department. So then you may have to, so you may do the same thing today utilizing the intranet, and sometimes you may not have to send the original documents to the HR department, and you may have certain bills related to the expenses, which may be certified by the head of the department, and you may scan them and upload into the say relevant system, and so which will expedite the reimbursement definitely. Otherwise, it will take a longer time when you go through the traditional path. Verify employment and salary information similar to benefits. You can verify some employment related information, salary related information on your own. It's a self-service. Access and update their personal information. I highlighted this one. And personal information may be updated by employees on their own as a self-service. And enter time-sensitive data. And also you may have been given some deadlines to submit certain information, and then again in the traditional mode it can be 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the evening. Before that you may have to submit them, because you have to send it to the say HR department, and HR department may be closed after 6 p.m. So then but here you may be in a position to submit all those information till midnight, because HR department may be happy to receive those information within the day, within the specific day. So you may get some extra hours in submitting those information. And yes, through this completely electronic process, employees can use their web browsers to look up individual payroll and benefits information online right from their desktop PCs, mobile computers, or intranet kiosks located around the worksite. Yeah, so they can access the information that we highlighted earlier. Also, it can be pay related information, it can be benefit related information. So they can get those information directly from the desktop PCs or the mobile computers through which they are connected to the organization's network. And also there can be certain kiosks placed within certain places within the organization, allowing the employees to access certain services. They can use those kiosks. And so again, as I mentioned earlier, if the employees have access to the intranet from their home, they can even access the relevant information after going back to their homes also. So therefore, those are some of the benefits, self-service benefits which we can get. And continuing with the same thing, HRM and corporate intranet, we are going to highlight some other benefits which an organization can receive. Another benefit of the intranet is that it can serve as a superior training tool. So this is one other main benefit organization can get by connecting the HRM system with the intranet. So it can be used as a training tool. Employees can easily download instructions and procedures to get the information and education they need. Now, the relevant instructions can be uploaded into the intranet, and then employees are in a position to download the particular information and go through the particular information and self-study those information by the employees. So that is one way of educating or providing training to the employees. So that can be accomplished through this integration. Then in addition, employees using new technology can view training videos over the intranet on demand. Now this is distribution of information, certain information or instructions in mostly say text form. And there can be other training videos which have been developed by the organization or which have been purchased by the organization. And then you can keep a copy on the intranet, and then employees can watch the particular video whenever they want. And so that can also help the particular say learning and education process. And they can be again in a position to watch the particular video whenever they want, whether they are in the office or whether they are outside the office or at home. They may be in a position to access those video and learn. Thus, intranet eliminates the need to loan out and track training videos. Now, traditionally, this is the process that has to be followed by the employees. Loaning out means basically borrowing the particular videos, and videos may be placed at a particular place. It can be a library or it can be at a particular division, section within the HR department, and you have to borrow. And usually when you have physical video, there will be limited number of copies available, and then there can be a situation where you are not in a position to borrow a training video because all have been borrowed by some other employees. But when you have on demand this service, you have only one copy, but all employees may be in a position to watch the video at the same time. So therefore the benefit is more here. Employees can also use their corporate intranets to produce automated paychecks, and so the corporate intranets can also be used to produce the automated pay sheets. As I highlighted earlier, employees are in a position to get it on their own without any interaction from the HR department. These electronic forms have made viewing, entering, and adjusting payroll information easy for both employees and professionals. So payroll-related information can be viewed, entered, and adjusted much easily compared to the traditional methods used by the HR departments. So that ends the long discussion regarding HRM systems. Is there any question regarding HRM systems? We had about, I think, 5 slides or so.
So, that you told in the intranet system with the training videos and all, is that intranet system can be considered as a knowledge management system?
Yeah, knowledge management systems. I think in a earlier description also we mentioned that the knowledge management system in general can be anything which will help you to this access knowledge and so on. And intranet can be a part of a larger knowledge management system. Yes. So knowledge management system can contain a variety of other sources of knowledge, and intranet can be one source.
Okay, so thank you.
Yeah, you need to give me another, I think, 7-8 minutes. Please bear with me. We'll move forward to accounting information systems. The oldest and most widely used information system in business. So this is the oldest category of information system used in organization, because I mentioned previously also, when the organization started automating, they started automating with accounting applications first. So that is why they have become the oldest one, and also in most of the organizations they are very much available. Computer-based accounting systems record and report the flow of funds through an organization on a historical basis, produce important financial statements such as balance sheets and income statements, produce forecasts for future conditions such as projected financial statements and financial budgets. It can record and report the flow of funds based on historical data or based on what happened. Now, when transactions take place, the data are generated, and those data are captured, recorded, and reported by these. So the financial related data are captured, reported, recorded, stored by these accounting systems. So that is one primary task that the accounting systems perform: capturing and recording and producing relevant reports in relation to the financial transactions. Produce again important financial statements usually periodically at the end of certain specific time periods. So it can produce reports like balance sheets, income statements indicating the financial status of organizations. And also it can produce forecasts in relation to the organization's financial position, and also financial budgets they can produce. So which may be utilized basically to assess the performance. Now, usually you produce forecasts, and thereafter you basically assess your performance against the particular forecast. And here it says a firm's financial performance is measured against forecasts by other analytical accounting reports. So you may produce various forecasts, and thereafter your actual performance is measured against the particular forecast to determine whether you achieved it or not. And budgets are basically used to control the expenses made by the individuals or divisions, departments, and so on. So different amounts can be allocated first for those different divisions, and then they will be bound to manage their activities within the specified budgets. Then operational accounting systems emphasize legal and historical record keeping and production of accurate financial statements. Now, say this operational accounting system, it basically process the operational data generated from the day-to-day transactions, and it says they emphasize the legal and historical record keeping. It emphasizes some legal aspects, indicating that it fulfills some legal requirements, because legally the organization may be bound to track the particular transactions and keep the particular transactional data for a specified period of time. So that is supported by, or that is done by these operational accounting systems. And also historical record keeping, indicating what happened in the past type of data is available with the particular accounting system, because it captures the data related to the transactions happening, and then those historical data will be available within the organization, so which can be used for producing various financial statements, as we highlighted earlier. It can be balance sheets or income statements or profit and loss accounts, and like that they can be produced periodically. Then these systems include transaction processing system. Now these operational accounting systems can include different other subcategories of systems identified as order processing systems, inventory control systems, account receivable systems, accounts payable systems, payroll systems, general ledger systems, and so on. These are some specific systems which may be utilized by the accounting function for processing their transactions. Then continuing with online accounting systems, the interactive nature of online accounting systems calls for new forms of transaction document procedures and control. Now, because traditionally the accounting department would have utilized certain documents and procedures and certain controls when when performing those transactions, but when it comes to the online transactions, the same documents, same procedures, same controls may not be valid. So therefore, when it comes to this online accounting system, they may require new types of documents, guidelines, procedures, controls, and so on. This particularly applies to systems like order processing, inventory control, accounts receivable, and accounts payable. Now, these type of transactions are performed real time now, and then the relevant details will have to be updated real time. So otherwise, the organization may be in trouble in making certain decisions. So therefore, the relevant procedures or documents or guidelines instructions that have been given earlier may not be valid anymore. So therefore, new set of procedures, documents, guidelines may be required. These systems are directly involved in the processing of transactions between a business and its customers and suppliers. So the ones that we highlighted earlier are directly related to the transaction that a business organization performs with its customers and suppliers. So naturally, many companies are using internet and other network links to these trading partners for such online transaction processing. And so they are utilizing again different technologies like internet and other networks to link the trading partners in accomplishing these online transaction processing, allowing them to process these transactions online and again giving some benefits to all the parties. So that is about accounting systems. I think that is clear, and I'll move forward to the last one. Financial management system, computer-based financial management system support business managers and professionals in decisions concerning the financing of a business and the allocation and control of financial resources within a business. Now, the financing is basically related to making a decision in relation to whether to allocate the funds or money for a particular thing, like maybe purchasing of a new machinery or establishment of a new plant or replacement of existing machinery likewise. So that is a decision the organization has to make. For that, they may utilize these financial management systems. And again, the allocation and control of financial resources within a particular function. So then the allocation of necessary financial resources and then maybe imposing certain controls, monitoring and imposing certain controls can also be done with the help of financial management systems. And again, here we are going to identify different categories which we can identify under financial management systems. And those categories include investment management, capital budgeting, financial forecasting, and financial planning, which is illustrated in this particular figure. So this is a financial management system, and it basically supports areas like cash management, forecast and manage cash position. So the organization is in a position to forecast the future cash flow of the organization and manage the related activities with the help of this cash management component or systems. Then investment management related to managing short-term and other securities. So organization may be investing in shares, bonds, or some other securities, and those are some investments the organization makes, and managing those investments are supported by the investment management module of a financial management system. And capital budgeting, evaluating risk and return of capital expenditure. As I mentioned earlier, the organization has to make certain decisions in relation to capital investments they make, like investment related to new machinery, replacing machinery, or establishment of a new plant or something like that. So then some evaluation will have to be made in relation to risk and return, and depending on the particular evaluation, a decision can be arrived at in relation to whether to proceed with the particular capital expenditure or not. So that is capital budgeting, and that sort of decisions are supported again by the financial management systems or from this particular component. Then financial planning, forecasting financial performance and financial needs. And again, future performance of the organization can be forecasted, and also the future financial needs can be forecasted with the help of financial management systems. Now, those are the areas which are supported by the financial management systems. And if you have any question, I can clarify. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much for bearing with me. I have exceeded the time, but we faced a couple of disturbances from my side. So with that, I conclude chapter 7. And next week, I think, according to schedule, Dr. Mahesh will be coming, and he will be starting a different chapter. And then thank you very much for joining. See you after a couple of weeks.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, you're
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Recording stopped.
I know.